Happy Saturday, boys and girls. My name is Jeffery Scott Mitchell. And I just want to say, it may sound redundant, and I hope in the redundancy, you understand the point that I'm trying to make. Feeling good feels good. Feeling good feels good. Even if your mouth is tore up, and you got a big 1/4-inch thick scab on your lip, and inside of your lip feels like it's chewed up still after a month of this, chipped front teeth that impairs your usual perfect smile. Feeling good feels good. The redundancy in that statement, you say, well, of course it does. And you should understand that I know that, and that I'm saying it for a reason. Feeling good feels good. You can forget. I forget how good feeling good feels. About a month ago, I passed out because of my eating habits. And I'm going to keep saying it over and over and over, describing the situation like I'm saying it for the first time. I passed out because of my eating habits. Literally cooking French fries and hamburgers at 3 o'clock in the morning after eating ice cream and cookies an hour or so before, after my usual daily eating. I was on one, and I had been on one for a while. I was fighting to keep my weight down, and I was keeping it down. But when I adjusted after passing out, that's when things really started happening. I dropped 10 pounds like boom. 10 pounds just came off, and I was already down to like, I was fighting it. And it was a hard struggle. The struggle was harder than it should have been, but over time I just got used to it. So I kind of built myself up to it. And then it got to the point where I guess I couldn't fight it no more. And I started doing stupid stuff. So since then, I've adjusted my eating habits. I've cut salt out of my diet. Last night, with all this extra energy that I have, I completely basically redid my kitchen. Well, not completely, but I redid my kitchen and went through all the foods that I should eat, and I put them in one area, and all the foods I want to stay away from, I put in another area, and I know I'm doing too much. I'm going overboard. I'm like a salt Nazi. 0 salt. Everything but it's 0 sodium. It's the only thing I want to see. I know I'm going overboard, but that's just how I do it. And that's probably what has led me to this position that I'm in now that I want to talk about. It's either all or nothing. Me and the Dane were talking yesterday, and I was like, for something like what I was doing, you either got to go all in or all out. You got to either be all in or all out. Balance in certain things. I just brought up the idea that balance with certain things may or may not work, to put it crudely, or may or may not be the most maximum way to get what you want out of it. Hold on. It may be that some things you got to go all in. And this little binge rabbit hole that I've been on for could be a few years now, literally. Could be a few years now. Maybe 2-3 years that I've been on. I went down, and I went down in it. I don't want to say I went down. I want to say that I went down in it. Let's just put it that way. I went down in it, and I was in there. I was surviving. I was doing this. I was doing that. I know you saw that, huh? And so I was down in there, and since I gradually went down in there, I was probably down in there deeper than I thought I was until the passing out. Humans need that. So what I'm trying to say is, the passing out was the wake-up call. I made some adjustments, and my energy is back to where it was maybe 2 or 3 years ago. Not that my energy didn't peak during that time where I was, engaging in unhealthy behaviors, but there was a time where I was able to maintain this really high, clean feeling energy. The energy, I was saying, the energy feels cleaner and clearer. I feel clearer, I feel cleaner, and I'm feeling so good now. You start to say, well, why even, go through what you went through? Why even go through what you through? Number one, human weakness. Humans gonna fall into certain traps, even if they're aware of them. Humans will choose to be operating and doing things that they know aren't beneficial to them. We indulge ourselves. That's part of being human. One of the part of being the human weaknesses that I talk about. So to come out of it, I lost my train of thought because I looked down. It looked like a mirror, a bedroom cabinet mirror. It had like a picture on it, like a photograph of somebody. Like it actually came out of somebody's bedroom, like this stuff here. But so to come out of it and to get back to being cleaner, feeling cleaner, mentally, physically, eating better, because I passed out. Number one was the wake-up call. Now, passing out was one thing. Passing out and knocking 2 teeth out my mouth and being injured was the wake-up call. Because I passed out before and just kept going. I just happened to pass out and fall and fall and not get hurt. But this time I must have just fell on my mouth. Literally, I must have just like jumped up in the air and came down with my mouth and hit because it tore me up. It was a wake. It just like, all right, this is enough. This is a freaking enough. So I adjusted, and during the last few weeks, I probably didn't even notice that this energy was coming back because I was working through it. Because after that happened, I jumped on a plane, was hanging out with granddaughter and family. It was cool. I laid low. I'm not sure if I noticed that until now, but I laid low. I didn't really go anywhere. I was in the house for 7 straight days. I stayed in the house for 7 straight days. That goddamn rent-a-car that I paid XXX dollars for just sat there for a week. So next time I might take an Uber from the airport. I might take an Uber and paid $130 each way, $150, even $150 each way. It'll come out cheaper than what I paid for that car. And then I can take Uber around Youngstown if I need to go someplace. But then summertime comes, and I may or may not want to have a car. But that's a whole different story. But anyway, so I just laid low when I was back there. I didn't really do nothing. I was probably recovering. I more than likely was recovering and didn't know it because I was just going through it. I was making all my appointments, and my body was probably adjusting. And because I messed up my mouth, I couldn't eat the way I wanted to. I couldn't chew, I couldn't bite. And since I'm getting implants, I couldn't chew. I got like 1 molar. It all adds up. And then on top of that, like I said, I was still keeping my appointments. I had it set up to take a colonoscopy right after I got back. So I was gonna be away in somebody else's house. I don't know what happened, but it stopped. I'm just gonna keep going and worry about it later. Hopefully I ain't doing nothing crazy. Hope it actually recorded. It looked like it did have the actual file in there. So I was in somebody's house for 2 weeks, hanging out with granddaughter, working. I took a couple days off work, so I was hanging in there. Then I was gonna fly back on Saturday, have all day Saturday and Sunday to rest and to take the colonoscopy on Monday. And on Sunday I couldn't eat nothing. It was the liquid diet and drinking that stuff. And then 7 days up to that, I couldn't eat red meat, beans, blah, blah, blah. And I thought about canceling the colonoscopy, but I thought, hell, I can't eat nothing anyway with my mouth all busted up and bleeding and whatnot and scabby and no teeth. So I went ahead and I got that done. And during all that time, I was obviously going through a transition in which my body's making an adjustment to get back to quote unquote, to get back to where I am now. And that's feeling good because I've felt like this before. I've been here before. And this time I can't say that it feels like the first time or it feels like I've never had this before. I know what this feeling feels like, and it feels good. It feels good to have the energy and the focus and the clarity and that clean. I just feel clean, clear and clean. Last night, 2 o'clock in the morning, I'm up there posting to Facebook. Good stuff. At least I think it's good stuff. Just good commentary, good observation, solid. And I woke up this morning, grabbed my laptop, and got it off of Facebook, put it into my webpage, and updating other web pages. And right now, I reset the laptop that I put in the bedroom. House is clean. I just got energy. Just change it, get it done. I feel like making music, doing websites, videos. I got the energy now to do what I have been wanting to do. And it feels good. It really feels good. I'm sleeping better. Bowel movements are better, everything. And I'm getting down. I'm really enjoying the food chopper, chopping up my food. I don't care. I think I like it. But as I've said before, I like everything. So it's hard to judge. I think my mother told me that one time. She's like, you love everything, shut up. But basically, she probably said it that way, but you know how black families are. Oh, let me take that too back. That I've noticed other demographics do the same thing. So it's not just a black thing. I see other demographics treat each other with that rough style kind of, talk. So it's not just necessarily a black thing. But, so I'm liking everything, so I can't really tell if I really like it or not, because I like everything. It's like, it's hard to judge. So, I was talking about the food chopper, taking all my food, and I cleaned up my cupboards yesterday. I was even doing so much that I went and got the step stool out. I was just doing too much. Got the step stool out, went up in the cabinets, went all the way back in the cabinets, looking at stuff, throwing stuff away, blah, 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 blah. Just had that kind of energy and it felt good. And so now I'm out walking. My weight is down. This morning, I threw some stuff in the chopper, a quarter cup of cottage cheese, a quarter cup of grits, a half a Italian sausage, and cottage cheese, an egg, boiled egg. So I threw that in and I ate that before I came out walking because I laid in the bed just chilling. Whoa! I laid in the bed just chilling, but I was on the internet doing stuff, updating my webpage and blah, blah, blah. So I really wasn't being lazy in the bed. Even that, I was getting some stuff done. People out here kind of driving aggressively. It might be the weather, because people out here getting it like it's rush hour. But maybe I'm in a different vibe. Maybe I'm in a slower vibration. It ain't up to that high frequency vibration that everybody seems, not everybody, but it seems to be like. But so, I'm just feeling good. It feels good. And what I was telling the Dane yesterday was that maybe I needed to go all the way in. Maybe moderation may not be the best case for what I was going through or what I'm doing or certain things. Maybe you got to go all the way in and do it, enjoy it, experience it, because even when I was indulgent and eating crazy and doing all that, I got something out of it. There was definitely something I got out of it. And it also could be that maybe I can't maintain this high energy, this clarity, and this cleanness for so long. Maybe I needed a break, like a 2-year break or something. And it really wasn't a 2-year break. It was probably a slide down for maybe a year and a half. And then you get down to the bottom and you kind of go up. And, it's probably like this, And until you just kind of, boom, hit that, whatever that was. Maybe that's the way it needed to be. And maybe if I did moderation, I would have stretched the process out and not gotten out of it what I needed to get out of it, whatever that is. So I really don't fault or say that it was bad what I experienced, because I got something out of it. It was enjoyable. I enjoyed it. Y'all saw me out there having a good time. It was heavy. Things were a little bit more difficult. See, people just flying around. People just flying around. People need to slow down. My God. People just like flying around here. What time is it? Is it 5 o'clock on a Friday? So, and maybe moderation, but it just kept me like this, where I needed to go down and then come back up or get jolted back up. Because right now, I feel good. And I know what it feels like to feel good. That's another thing. I know what it feels like to feel good. I'm not saying that some people do, I am saying that. I guess I am saying that some people might not know what it feels like to feel good. I do, and I've documented. That's why I've been making, well, that's not why. Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I make these videos, to catch my energy, catch my thought, catch what I'm thinking, what I'm doing, how I'm feeling, to get it down, a digital record. And ain't nothing easier than this, walking Ventura Boulevard, getting steps, videotaping myself. I mean, my God. Living in California. See, here I go getting all happy and euphoric about my life and everything and all that again. Because I'm feeling good. Steak, chicken, shrimp. I can't eat none of that. Ooh, boiled eggs though. I'm thinking too is getting some fried chicken and putting it in the chopper. Because I can't bite. I can't get a piece of chicken and bite it. These two things right here, they tell me don't put no pressure on it. And I probably could bite just very slowly. I probably could bite, but I'm apprehensive because of the pain or the sensitivity they have. But fried chicken, get some fried chicken, take the bones out, put it in the chopper. It tastes the same. I bet you it tastes the same. I bet you. I'm noticing it tastes the same. Pizza, blah, 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 blah. Just throw it in there and get it done. Just throw it in there and get it done, I say. And so, I say all that to say this. Feeling good feels good. And sometimes we got to go through periods where we don't feel good. Sometimes we may need to experience times or things that where we are not operating at our optimum. And that probably may or may not be a bad thing. Ain't no good or bad, so I just say that to, get the thought out. And right now, baby, woohoo! I'm looking at my website, wearehigher.com, the demystificationprocess.com. It's been maybe a month, a year, 6 months, year, where I really worked on music. I just wasn't there. Oh, and my performance. Oh, and my blood pressure done went down. It's ridiculous. The blood pressure done went down. And my job performance has improved last month when I was saying, I'm not doing my best. And how come I'm only number 9? In the same breath, I'm like, I'm not doing my best. How come I'm only number 9? How come I'm the 9th best? I'm not used to being 9th best, 9th out of 31. I was like in the top third. Got to do better than that, Mitchell. Got to do better than that. I went up to number 4. Now that could be, or not could be related to the to my newfound energy from making changes, but it could just be timing and just me being more focused. Because even when I was indulgent and down in that, you can see how much I'm talking, how much energy is coming out. You can feel it. I'm sure you can see it and feel it. I'm walking down Ventura Boulevard. So it hits me every now and then. It hits me that I live and breathe in California, that I made a life for myself in California. Every now and then it hits me. I grew up in Youngstown, Ohio. There's no place more precious. I think it's the best place. Where I grew up, how I grew up, it could be no better. I think it's probably not possible for me to have grown up in a better environment, in a better situation. Because, and one of the reasons I say Youngstown may or not have been the best, because I like the culture, I like the racial views on the culture, I like what people might think positive or negative stereotypes that we used to play on in the culture, how we understood them, how we dealt with white people and black people, the hard Youngstown Midwest mentality, just get it done. And I grew up in that, but I like to say we had our door park. So I grew up riding one of the top 10 roller coasters in the world, the Wildcat. It was literally, the Wildcat was ranked literally one of the top 10 roller coasters in the world. I grew up on that. I remember being scared to death to ride it. When I was young, I was scared to ride it. I used to ride a Jackrabbit. But even that, Youngstown used to be booming. James Brown came to Youngstown. I saw James Brown live before I could even go to the store by myself. Saw Smokey Robinson. I remember seeing him at Southfield House like that. I remember being there. Just like that stuff from Youngstown. But I knew when the time came, I was gone. I knew when the time came, I was gone. And I was. Went to school, Columbus, Ohio. Learned how to live on my own. And my mother and them said, my aunt, they was there when I left. And she said, my aunt got sad because I didn't even look back. I didn't even look back. I was like, hey, what's next? Let's go. They put me in a car and I was gone. Of course, I came back 2 days later on the weekend, went down on a Wednesday, came back on that Friday for whatever reason. I mean, you know why, because, all my boys was there. And everything was happening there, and I had a car, and, I was that guy. But I'm just saying that, it hits me that I'm where I want to be. I always wanted to be in LA, Hollywood, that whole glamour, glitz, and all the quote-unquote bullshit that Hollywood and California is known for. I've always been for that. So now I'm here. And I'm feeling good. I am feeling very, very, very good. And it feels good to feel good. And it also feels good not to feel good. Or not feeling good may serve a purpose. Because right now, I ain't gonna say watch me work. When I got laid off from Abercrombie International, I had worked there for a long time, 7 years. I was like a pillar in the company. I was like, I was Abercrombie. I had been there like one of the longest, and I was, a staple. When I got laid off, it probably hurt, or it probably bothered the people who stayed there more than I did. I got laid off. I did what I had to do, got my paperwork. I knew it was coming because I was packed up and out of there in 15 minutes. Never went back. I had all my stuff packed up and I had already taken some stuff home. I kind of knew, probably even wanted it. So when it happened, I went home. I had did some research and some studying and this and that. And I found that I could get a bachelor's degree from DeVry that I had already went to. It was brand new, technical management degree. It had just came out. I went home, started doing stuff. My mom had a condo in Azusa, and I had 401k. I had this, I had that, and I just put the plan together. I went and got one of my father's old briefcases, a nice leather one that I used to love seeing, threw some stuff in there, and I had already found out that I could get a bachelor's degree. So by the time I got home and got settled and grabbed this and grabbed that and did this, I was walking out the door, and Durham Fuqua and Thomas Johnson was at my door when I was going out. They was coming to check on me. They said, we was coming to see if you was all right, because we know how much you love Avocom. See, every place I go, I love. Even in Avocom back then, they was like, you okay, man? Because we know how much you love that place. People say that about the job I'm at now. People can't stand me. I'm joking. People can't stand me because I love LW so much. So, and it's true. So I'm on my way out the door, my briefcase, going to get me a bachelor's degree. Went down there, put the plan together, worked my 401k, saw what the unemployment was going to get me, this and that, that. I put together a plan where I didn't have to work for a year. And while I was doing that, I went and got a CNA, Certified Network Administrator certification. And I chose Novell. I should have chose Microsoft. If I'd have chose Microsoft, I wouldn't be here today. I'd be rich. I would have been rich. Because with my personality and my talent, with that degree, I'd have been king of the world. But Novell fell out, and I had to struggle, because of my superior ability and capability, I was able to make the Novell certification work. And so, and I tell that whole story because one of the things I did was I put a little on a piece of paper in my desk area that I had set up, my computers and stuff, in the bedroom. This was back when I had my computer stuff in the bedroom, before I realized that, hell, I don't ever go in the living room anyway. I'm always in the bedroom. The living room is like sitting there, like an unused room. Had a TV set in there, a stereo, couch, all that. Dining area, I was never in there. I was always in the bedroom with the computer. So now in my apartment, I got a 1-bedroom apartment. I got the computer stuff set right up there in the living room. My computer and my console, a computer and console setup that I've always had since high school. So kind of set up like that with my electronics and my, gear. I can come down and sit down, hit one switch, and boom, everything's there, set up. Now that's in my living room. I was like, okay. I don't gotta have a living room. I don't need it. So I was in there, I made a sign. It said, watch me work. And I put the date on it. I still got it someplace. And I did it. I went out, I got a bachelor's degree. I graduated magna cum laude. I would have got all straight A's, but I got kind of lazy and complacent. And one of the black professors gave me a B. I probably deserved it, because of my appearance and my lackadaisical attitude, or my overconfident, like, I got this. But either way, I put down, watch me work. And I did it. Got certified network administrator. I then got a job working for the Menendez Brothers company, live entertainment. Yep, the Menendez brothers that killed their parents or so, like that. I was working for them. I got in the ground floor of that. Did a good job, I learned. That company got bought by a group, was a financial group, or coalition group, whatever you call it, investor group. Became Artists in Entertainment. This Blair Witch Project. But I say all that again because I got a lot of energy and I feel really good to say that it comes down, because I made the sign, watch me work. And I was going to say, watch me work now. But I ain't going to go there. I ain't gonna go there. I'm just gonna do me. I'm just gonna do me and be me. I'm just gonna do me and be me and let things happen, knowing that I'm gonna be okay. Or not knowing nothing actually, but pretty much feeling assured that I'm gonna do something. I was gonna say spectacular, but let me just say, do something that I would feel worthy of Jeffrey, and especially Jeffrey with this energy. It feels good to feel good. But it also, like I said, those years, or year and a half, or 3 years, that I was indulging in bad behaviors and kind of, I was probably letting myself go according to regular people standards. But to Jeffrey's standard, no, I take that back. I probably wasn't letting myself go to Jeffrey, to other people's standards. But for Jeffrey's standards, I wasn't as disciplined or sharp or on it, but I got something out of that. I exercised a different mood, a different energy. I learned things from experience and emotion and feeling being in there that I probably couldn't have if I was operating the way I am now. As you can see, the way I'm talking and so boom, 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 boom. Sometimes you ain't gotta do nothing, but sometimes you might not want to do nothing, but sometimes the energy comes off and you can learn and experience different things that you couldn't when you're vibrating at that higher level. Can you see? See, look at this. It reminds me when I was at the Grand Canyon. Yeah, I got some kind of place dropping when I was, cause you see me, I had to cause this is over here so deep and so big, my balance felt funny. So when I turned, I had to stable myself like I was gonna fall. And when I was getting steps to the Grand Canyon, I was number one, there was so many things to take pictures of. I was like, why am I even trying to do this? Every 2 steps I had to stop and take a picture. And it felt like I was gonna fall over. And that was on my birthday. 1 year on my birthday, I went to the Grand Canyon. So that's something, see? But it's good. It's just really, really good. And I feel good. I hope I got this down, because I want to be able to look back on it and say, Jeffrey, you remember that day? I mean, the things I want to do on my websites, I want to start doing shorts. Well, I should stop at Sherman Oaks Hospital and pay my bill. I could do that. I can stop here and pay my bill because they don't have online. And I'm walking by. I wonder if they let me do that, or I should just call them on the phone and do it. They don't have anything online. I owe them $100 or something. But anyway, I don't want to go in there and have to go through the rigmarole of trying to find out where to go, how to go, what to do, get this person, get that person. Because I'm pretty sure not too many people walk in to pay, and they may have to accommodate me. And I may or may not be in the mood to wait for that. So, it's the hospital that I woke after I fell out. My lip was all ripped up. I was like, damn. And see, when I woke up, I knew. I looked at my lip. I was like, damn. And I'm still groggy and I'm still tired, so I lay back down. Because it was still in the morning. I was gonna still try to work and everything. I didn't think about not working, until later. I said, So I got up, went to the emergency room, but nobody there. Doctor said, you lucky. You got here where I can, spend some time and do this. And he said, go straight to the dentist. I went straight to the dentist. Good thing I did. They got that retainer in there, saved those 2 teeth. So it's kind of where it started, right there, Sherman Oaks Hospital. Googled it, laid in the bed. Where's the nearest emergency room? Now with all these urgent care things and stuff, You don't got to go to like a, in Youngstown, it was only like 2 emergency rooms, and they were at the hospital. Now you can go to like a little storefront, urgent care. Look like a converted 7-Eleven. People got stuff set up in there. You got that done. Because even in my indulging behavior, that's where I park right there. Oh my God. That's where I park right there. Oh, and I went down there, walked in through those doors. Oh my God. Yeah, seems like it was only a month ago. I think it was about a little over a month ago. Less than a month ago. Because today's only the 8th, so it's probably less than a month. Or it might be a 1 month. This might be 1 month anniversary. But anyhow, I can see clearly now. Yeah. Okay, that was good. I felt good. As you can see, I came out good. I got my roll back during the later stages of my indulgence. I could tell I wasn't hitting it the way I wanted to. My soliloquies and my prose about my life and this and that wasn't quite as sharp and as witty as I thought it could be. I was definitely sluggish and just not sloppy, but just and I said in that I learned some things. I experienced some things. I developed some things. I was able to experience some parts of myself that, as I said before, I'm becoming redundant because I'm so excited. I can't stop talking. Okay, that's enough. That's enough before I start talking about enterprise rent-a-car and how I used to rent cars every weekend for $9.99 a day. And I rented them so much that I developed a rapport with the managers. They used to damn near give them to me for free. I used to really keep them for weeks at a time. Anyhow, my name is Jeffery Scott Mitchell. Swinging on y'all 2 times. For me and for the phone. And for every elementary particle that has ever existed in any atom, in this or in any universe that ever was, is, or will be. It's about the totality of it all. An hypothesis of all as one. A theory of universe. My name is Jeffery.